Look, being a parent is hard enough, but when you have to co-parent with a narcissist, it is downright impossible. Rather than being selfless about parenting, co-parenting with a narcissist means both parents have to take responsibility for themselves and their child's well-being. And while we know this is nearly impossible for a narcissist, it's not for you. Lucky you! Your child's wellness falls basically on you as the healthy parent. But good news, you got this. Stay tuned for 5 things not to do when co-parenting with a narcissist. Hey queens, welcome to But Still She Thrives. Do you want to stop getting caught up in that wicked web of a creepy, crawly narcissist? Do you find yourself up late at night replaying the abuse you put up with and wondering how you can heal now? Do you wake up hoping for healthy relationships and peace only to feel totally exhausted and mind-effed? Girl, I see you! I'm Christy. I too had to disconnect from toxic people in my life, and I wished I could undo the damage. I felt ashamed, lonely, and kind of lost. But I'm a stubborn Italian, and I refused to give up. I found ways to recalibrate my mind and body more quickly than I thought, and can now share them with you. In this podcast, you will find coping tools, healing methods, and confidence boosters so you can trust yourself and find peace and freedom. So shields up, ladies. Let's go protect our peace. Are you feeling lost after post-narcissistic abuse? I'm your girl. I got you. This is my specialty. Go check out ways to work with me at www.christyjade, that's CHRISTY, jade.com. Click on work with me and find all the fun ways you can work with me, whether it's one-on-one coaching or a pre-recorded boundaries course. So it seems like you cannot co-parent with a narcissist. Let me be frank. It just seems that way. And technically, you cannot totally win in co-parenting with a narcissist, but you can manage it a lot better and learn the ways to deal with them so that you can raise the healthiest child possible and try to keep yourself healthy as well. So before we dive into what not to do, we're going to talk a little about the things that they will be doing as narcissistic co-parents, okay? So you can be prepared if you're not already in the weeds with them, or you can validate your own suspicions now. So there are some things they'll do. They will try to manipulate you. They will try to make you feel guilty any chance they get. They will try to make you feel sorry for them, pull on the old heartstrings. They may try to make you feel like they are the victim. Actually, usually they will, let's be honest. And they will try to triangulate and use other people, including your own children, hopefully not, but they may, against you. So these are things to be aware of. And as always, they will never stop trying to gain control of you, your child, or any situation. And that is in the last couple of episodes cover a lot of that whole control situation and why they do that, all of that stuff. So let's dive in to what not to do. Number 1, this is one of my top suggestions. Don't take the bait. Don't argue. They make it very hard to win an argument. They often talk in circles to confuse you and overwhelm you, make you think you're crazy. Keep your answers clear and short without emotion. Again, the last couple of episodes, we dig really deeper into that. So don't explain yourself or give too much information. This is also called the gray rock method, and that is another previous episode I will link below in the show notes. It's all about gray rock method and how you can do that. Number 2, do not be afraid of them. Okay, I'm going to put a little side note. Of course, if they are dangerous, violent, financially abusing you, all of that, I hope you're already in touch with the authorities and attorneys you need to be. This is kind of just in general with narcissists where they want you to be afraid of them because they're going to take the power. The thing is, you don't have to be afraid of them if you can take your control back. And this whole podcast is a lot of that, taking your power back, right? In general, all of my episodes. So narcissists love when people are afraid of them as it fills their power bucket. Well, F that. No time for that. But there's no reason to fear them if you keep control and stay in your truth. You know the truth. Get out of your emotions and really just keep it down to the basics, and you will have a lot easier of a time staying in control and not feeling like they have the control, which is where the fear comes, right? When they have the control over you, over your emotions, over situations. Number 3, don't have conversations on the phone. Document everything via email, or they have these nice new fancy apps now specifically for co-parenting. And this is so important. I thank God I did it in my situation for 2 reasons. 1, they tend to behave better when it's in writing because it can be used against them in court if you show it to somebody, right? So if they are forced to only be able to communicate via email or app in written form, I think you're going to be a lot better off. Sometimes when they are in the heat of the moment, they may still pop off on email. And I have a client of mine where she actually gained custody because her ex couldn't control himself and on email wrote something, a big threat, literally where he lost custody of the child completely. So that's why I feel like I'm so passionate about getting everything in writing. In general in life, I come from a family of lawyers, so we're big on having stuff written down. Also, number 2 with this, you can look back and remind yourself very easily, if you have it in writing, about how awful they are when they're trying to guilt you or pull you on your heartstrings. With one of my exes, I literally starred emails that he had written that were nasty because I had a struggle with breaking up and disconnecting. You sometimes remember the good, or they come back and try to pull on your heartstrings. They come crying. I got poetry. I got love letters. I got chocolate chip cookies, right? So I would go back to those starred emails to remind myself. It's like proof and a reminder that they are abusive and putting on a show. Right? When they're acting like that. The true self is the abusive self. There are co-parenting apps out there, like I said. Ask your attorney for more information on which one. I don't know. I didn't use the apps. So I don't know specifically what which ones are the best. So you can definitely ask your attorney, or, there's divorce groups out there, that co-parenting groups, stuff like that. You can get more information. Number 4, don't try to control everything. Unfortunately, you can only control what's going on in your home with your children. If your children are safe, fed, and happy when they come home from your exes, you're doing okay, right? If they are not, document everything, take it to your attorney and authorities. If your child is in any danger emotionally or physically, I would say a lot of states, they're all about the child and they want the child to be healthy and happy and safe. So if there is proof of otherwise, that's why I say get everything in writing. You don't know. It's almost like a build upon, right? You stack things together to get more and more proof to build your case if you are trying to get custody at any point, like full custody. If their parent is safe and they're just a narcissistic, selfish person who manipulates, will that hold up in court? Probably not. It takes more than that, unfortunately. And all you can do is be the healthy parent and role model. And, we'll do the next episode. We'll go a little deeper into how to protect your kids. So we'll cover more of that there. We'll go to the next. Here we go. Don't use your child. Okay? Your partner may use your child to get what they want. They might even have them report back on private information you may have shared with them. You may be tempted to do it too, but it is really best not to. So don't lower to your ex's behavior. Be the healthy parent if you want to raise a healthy child. I will say my mom could have truly smeared my father's name. I'm not saying my father's a narcissist. I'm just saying they had an ugly marriage and divorce, but I did not even know that. She did a great job of keeping that separate. And as an adult, the more I found out, as an older adult, she opened up more about things because she felt it was okay at that point, which I agree. But she did not drag me and my brother into the drama. And I'm sure it was hard not to see us, looking at this person who really hurt her as this great person. And she probably felt jealous, or like she really wanted to tell truths to us that she felt were important, and she couldn't. And I do think that's important because it's hard enough being a kid going through divorce. Like, you don't need to be dragged into the drama of it. So it can be tempting, but don't do it. Remember, they're just kids. Let's keep the innocence alive for as long as we can, right? So, to recap, do not get sucked into arguing with them. Do not be afraid of them. Although, if you're in danger, again, good reason to be afraid. Go to the authorities. Only speak with them via email or a co-parenting app, and release control as long as your children are safe, and never get your child involved. And avoid the trash talk about your narc. I know it's tough. I get it. I love a good trash talk about a narc. They're awful. Okay? It's hard, but it's also damaging to your child. And as a child of a narc, they will have a challenging journey as it is. Can I get a what? Yeah. So I will be addressing this in the next week's episode. So be sure to subscribe so you get notified when I pop out all my episodes. And I will talk to you soon. By the way, don't forget, okay? You are amazing. You are extremely gorgeous if nobody's told you lately. And you are very, very worthy of a beautiful life. And you deserve some pink sprinkled donuts. If you are loving this podcast but want a little more customized guidance, go to my website at www.christyjade, that's CHRISTY, jade.com, and go to the Work With Me tab to find ways you can work with me. I would love to help you. Also, don't forget to look in the show notes, aka the description of this podcast, for any related links that I mention and more Christy Jade fun.